My name is Sherry Yam. I am the coordinator for the NorCal Trauma Recovery Network. Well, I started working as a clinical social worker, and I always heard about EMDR in my profession, but I never heard of trauma recovery or HAP and didn't really experience the benefit of EMDR or its healing power until the campfire in 2018, one of the deadliest and most destructive wildfire in California's history. So very soon I realized that my clinic was under-resourced because many of the staff were also personally impacted by the wildfire. Fortunately, a volunteer clinician from the NorCal Trauma Recovery Network HAP reached out to me about the EMDR pro bono services they offered. So I started to refer my patients and my colleague for their EMDR sessions. I was so amazed to see that my patients and colleagues who received NorCal TRN's pro bono EMDR services during the campfire were able to function better, and they were more resilient after only a few sessions. They were able to return to work and handle the aftermath of the campfire. That also said a lot about how competent the volunteer clinicians were to work with the community. Then that was the time I started to look into EMDR trainings because I got inspired. I was thinking, hey, maybe that could be something that I could use to work with my patients who didn't respond well with the traditional trauma-focused therapy. And I ended up choosing trauma recovery HAPS training for several reasons. The cost is more affordable. The quality of their trainings has high standard, and I heard a lot of good recommendations from my colleagues that their trainers have EMDR expertise on working with clients in the community-based mental health setting, which was the population I worked with at the time. When a disaster happened, what our NorCal TRN usually does is we reach out to the community, we reach out to survivors who personally got affected. We also reach out to different agencies, organizations, even like local colleges, hospitals, or even like church communities, faith-based communities to share our information, the services available, and oftentimes we also offer presentations and these presentations include the information about how to access our EMDR pro bono services, what it looks like, and we also take advantage of using our presentation to provide psychoeducation to the community, like what it looks like the emotional needs when it comes to after a trauma. And the NorCal TRN collaborates with different TRNs in the Southern California from time to time. And currently we provide support to the LA County TRN as an extended way. We are offering pro bono EMDR services to fire survivors who have relocated to the Northern California region. And recently, we helped a Vietnamese American mother who struggled to meet her child's emotional needs while trying to problem solve the aftermath, such as finding workers to remove the debris and getting reminded of her escape from the Vietnam War when she was only a toddler. So it was so beautiful to see that our pro bono EMDR services helped her recognize that she survived from both natural and human-made disasters. She was a strong mother, and it was so beautiful to see that she eventually was able to find a way to connect with her child and honor those losses together. As a clinician who works with non-English speakers, I always find it challenging to locate mental health resources in Asian language, especially related to disaster needs. So I read and write Chinese proficiently, so sometimes I translate resources that I think it would be helpful to my clients from English to Cantonese when there is no Cantonese version available. For example, resources on how wildfires might impact children, how parents can reduce some of the pain that children will experience. And I think that is also another thing to look at when it comes to working with disaster work in a very diverse community, or working in worldwide, how we can reach out to more people and in different ways to bridge the gap of the language part. And I think the one message I really want to deliver is we don't have to wait till there is a disaster happen to sign up to be a volunteer, or think that, oh, there won't be any need until there's a disaster happen. Actually, there's a lot of things we can help, we can do when there's no disaster happen. We can reach out to the community, let them know in advance when a disaster happen, here are the resources. I think every community has its own unique challenges and charms. A major realization for RTIN in trying to promote our services in the area was that the most effective outreach came from volunteers who were part of the local affected communities, could speak directly to survivors. And this personal connection helped bridge the gap between survivors and services. And moving forward, I hope RTRN will continue to strengthen relationships with local agencies throughout the year and provide ongoing consultations and support to our volunteer EMDR clinicians. And I hope Trauma Recovery HAP, the big umbrella, continue to support our local QRNs before, during, and after local response efforts. And together we can build a network of healing that will continue to grow and evolve to meet the needs of our communities that we serve. And sadly, I've never gotten the chance to meet Dr. Francine Shapiro. I think what the Shapiro effect means to me is, even though Dr. Shapiro's presence is no longer here with us, her spirit is still with us. Her work, commitment, and dedication to EMDR trauma work and the communities are still being carried on by others who got inspired.